You? Is anybody?
There's Molly, folks. That means your friends, the Goldbergs, are here. Yes, it's the Does program. Does, you know, is the new kind of soap for everything in your wash. Now for a date with the Does'em family. Uh-oh, sounds as if Ma Does'em is rehearsing a speech and Pa's giving her some helpful pointers.
Here's how it begins, Pa.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies of the Friendly Improvement Society, a wonderful new discovery has been made for wash day.
Here.
It's Does. D-U-Z, a new kind of soap. Does everything in your wash, from greasy work clothes, towels, to pretty rayon slips.
Put real feeling in it, Ma.
Feeling? You, Mrs. Smith, you don't get your husband's work shirts clean enough.
Now, Ma, I wouldn't get personal.
But her work shirts look a sight, Pa. Does it get 'em clean easy? She won't have to do any hard scrubbing or even use a bar soap anymore. Does gets the grimiest clothes clean all by itself.
Go on with your speech, Ma.
Oh, and ladies, no soap of any kind gets sheets and linens whiter does. Take my wash. Never seen a whiter one.
Ma, ain't you getting personal again?
But it's true, Pa. And here's how I'll end up. Ladies, besides all that, Does actually gives longer life to the delicate colors you wash. It's a fact. Pa, are you listening?
Sure.
Does is safer for colors, yet it can't be beat for washing grimy clothes. I thank you.
Uh-huh. What for?
Pa, all speakers say I thank you. Do you think they'll like my speech?
Sure, Ma. When they hear about Does, they'll probably elect you president. Does everything.
Yes, does everything at the Does'ems. In the wash, I mean. Like Ma says, compared to other leading granulated wash day soaps, Does gives longer life to colors, plus unsurpassed whiteness and real cleaning power for the dirtiest clothes. Does everything in your wash. And now the Goldbergs. Well, Sammy's wife is at the Goldbergs. She swept into the house and swept into everybody's heart because she's charming, lovely, and smart. Just the daughter-in-law Molly wanted. And Molly has already forgotten that it was Grace who let her know of the marriage by letter, because Sammy had been shipped off for parts unknown. Yes, only one fly remains to spoil the whole affair. And that is the fact that Rosie Goldberg still thinks there is some connection between Sammy's wife and George, the farmhand from the neighboring farm, who says he doesn't know Grace, although he comes from her hometown. There is a connection between the two. We know it. And it's more than Rosie suspects. But Rosie finds the facts running against her suspicions. And the biggest fact is Grace's charm. Listen.
Grace, darling, you did already so much, dear. You did so much. Rosalie, dear, any more plates on the table, dear? No, Very well. Very well. Grace, darling, please, let me finish already, please. You go and fix yourself, because everybody's coming over from the whole village to meet
just a few more dishes, Mother. No, I'm going to help you with
please,
these.
darling. Just wipe the few, and that's all. Just wipe the few, and that's all. Mrs. Willoughby is coming, and Mr. Willoughby, and Luella Willoughby. Everybody wants to meet you, darling. Everybody, dear. That's enough. Now, I wouldn't even do mine pots now. I'm going to leave mine pots. It's enough of them. And that's all. Just straighten out mine sink, and that's all. And I'm going to leave mine pots. I'm going to leave mine pots. So, it's enough, because I want to fix myself also, dear. So, that's all. I'll just wipe the few and leave it. So, Grace, darling, tell me, dear. Tell me how you met Sammy, huh? I mean, where you met him, huh?
Well, I was helping out at the USO.
Oh, yes, sir.
You know, I don't have any parents. I mean, of my own.
They're your own.
Oh, I know that. I can feel it. But my mother and father are dead. Oh, I have some cousins on the West Coast. Well, I wanted to help out at the USO, and I did. And at the show, I met Sammy.
But I mean, Grace, exactly. Tell me exactly.
Well, I was in charge of the library at the USO.
Yeah.
And Sammy was my best company.
Oh.
He used to take out the hardest books. No novels, either. I mean, he took out books on philosophy, and he was studying foreign languages and reading them. And He took out books on mathematics and engineering.
But he's an engineer student.
So I found out. Well, at last I couldn't stand it any longer. I asked him if that was all he did. Read books, and books like the ones he borrowed. And he looked up at me and blushed a little and said, I only read some of these books. So I said, well, why do you take out so many of them? And he said, how else could I see you every day? And that's how it started.
Oh, my. I mean, Grace, was it instantaneous? Love at first sight?
I think so. I nearly fell out of the chair.
The same with me and Mr. Goldberg. Exactly. I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I knew no other man in the whole world would do. I knew mine future, and I knew mine fate. I hope your life with Sammy will be as good as my life with Sammy's father. Of course, Sammy has a temper, too. But what's a temper?
Oh, it's a quick temper, but he never sulks.
Never. And when you're as old as I am, you'll know that you can mold a man to your heart's desire also.
You tell me how.
Well, my main recipe, Grace, is, you know what?
No.
You'll be surprised what a little kindness can do. Plain, everyday kindness. And second, darling, never try to change a man into something that'll be better for you. I mean, I don't know if I can say what I mean. I mean, if there's something you want for yourself, like social position or money, because you like it, don't try to make your husband like it. You'll only hurt him. Only try to change him to what's best in himself, for himself.
What are you girls doing in here?
I'm telling Grace what a bad man you are.
Why don't you give her the pleasure of finding out for herself? Why, can't I help?
There's no more dish towels, darling. No more dish towels.
Rosalie, bring some dish towels.
What's Rosalie doing?
Playing dominoes with Uncle David.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Answer the telephone, Rosalie, darling. Whoever it is, if they want to come over, let them come over. Whoever so wishes.
All right, Ma.
So tell them to come over, darling. And if it's Mary Foot, tell her she should take a hit.
Hello? All right, Ma, I will.
Hello. Yes? Yes, this is Uncle David.
Who is it, Uncle David?
Yes?
Who is it?
Mary Foot.
It's Mary Foot, Ma.
Tell her yes.
Yes, Mary Foot. Please, come over. Yes. Yeah, thank you. Goodbye. You want to play more, Rosalie?
I don't care, Uncle David.
Rosalie, change your face. Mama'll see something is, and if she's seeing, she'll ask. And if she asks, what can you say? Nothing.
Why was George on the train? And if he was on the train, then why did he get off one station before Glastonbury?
Right. You said right. You said George said she wouldn't like blintzes also. And Grace ate 4 blintzes. I counted 4. Each one. 4 she ate.
I know I was wrong about the blintzes,
So
but...
you're wrong about everything, Rosalie. A sweeter child, a girl, a lovelier woman.
So sorry I feel this way, Uncle David. I wish I didn't, but every time I make up my mind to forget it, I can't, Uncle David. I can't. Everything just keeps coming back to me, and...
The letter?
Oh, I don't know.
Just because George was on the train.
Hello, am I too early?
Who's that?
Come in.
Hey, come in.
Who?
Me, George. Marcia told me you're going to have a housewarming, so I wanted to get here early and avoid the rush.
Oh, come in, George.
Oh,
Come
thanks.
in, George.
Did you ask your daughter-in-law if she knew me?
No,
You know, I've been thinking it over and over, and I'm sure I never met her. But that's nothing to worry about. You know me, I'm not important enough for anybody to remember, but her husband, a soldier off someplace.
Hello, George.
Oh, hiya, Mr. Goldberg.
Topping. Thank you, Topping.
And how are you, Uncle David? Oh, gee, I'm spoiling your game.
No. We wouldn't play anymore, Rosalie, huh?
All right, Uncle David.
Hiya, pretty good at Rosie? Oh, excuse me, Miss Goldberg.
That's all right.
No, I don't play very well.
I'm never too good at games myself. Where's your daughter-in-law?
Well, she went upstairs. She went the back way to fix her hair. She was helping me with the dishes.
That's right, Mrs. Goldberg. Break her in right. What do we have children for?
That's right. Grace, come in, darling. Come in, dear. This is George.
George Stevens.
Grace Weil Goldberg.
Glad to know you. Gosh, it's funny we never met before, seeing that we both lived in the same town. Did you tell her about the letters? Well, try to top that for coincidence. By the way, did you know Irene Feller?
No.
Or Bill Casso?
No.
Let me see. Remember Tommy Henderson?
No, I didn't.
Well, of course, it's a big town.
I used to know some girls who stayed at Mrs. Topper's boarding house.
Oh, where was that?
Over on Main.
Oh, sure. I knew a girl who lived there.
Lucy Herman?
You bet. I met her once.
CJ?
Of course. If you trace it out, everybody knows somebody who knows somebody.
But I only knew her to nod to. She was a musician or something.
Yes, and she used to help me out at the USO, too.
Oh, is that so?
Somebody's coming up the path? Oh, somebody's here already. They're knocking on the front way.
I'll go, Mom.
I'm going.
Let me go.
Why can't I?
How am I doing?
Great.
You're not so bad yourself. Beautiful.
George and Grace are doing very well in concealing the fact that they know each other. But what they're doing it for, we can't guess. And where Sammy comes into this, well, we still don't know. Why did he marry Grace? Was it love or what? You know, I just got a letter from a lady who says no matter what she's doing, she wouldn't dream of missing the Goldbergs. She always gets a laugh out of the Dozen family, too. Yeah, she says Dickie Dozen's a lot like her own son. Dickie is a good kid. You know, yesterday he rushed out of the house with a box of Does, and he said,
I gotta get this Does over to Billy's house.
What's the hurry?
We're playing hide and seek, see?
Uh-huh.
First, Billy hides in the coal bin and gets his slacks all dirty. Then he hides in his ma's clothes closet. That gets coal dust all over her pretty house dresses.
Uh-oh.
But I said Does would fix 'em, dresses, slacks, and all. Does everything.
And that's no exaggeration. This new kind of soap really does everything in the wash. Why, Does is the only leading granulated wash day soap that combines so much safety for colors, along with so much cleaning power for tough dirt and unsurpassed whiteness for towels. Yep, Dickie's right. Even in the toughest wash, Does everything. Be sure to listen to the next episode of The Goldbergs. Grace has won her place in every Goldberg heart, except Rosie's. And Rosie just can't accept her sister-in-law. This is Clayton Collier speaking for Procter & Gamble and saying, do as the Dozens do. Let Does, the new kind of soap, do everything in your wash.